Well, didn't want to do it, but I feel like it's almost a ritual at this point. You got to pull your engine out of your drift car at least once during the winter season, and that's what's got to happen. So you guys know my S13, it's been like kind of stagnant for like the last like 6 months. I kind of took it down to basically just fully enjoy the E30, and it's been great. My main goal was just get it ready for this season, and besides body kit and paint and suspension, that's really kind of all it needs, because the drivetrain has been so solid. It's been so reliable, and it's been amazing. Unfortunately, it needs a clutch, and since it's so tight, so big, and I didn't really clearance anything, I can't just tilt the engine back and pull the trans, or I can't even just lower it. I have to pull the whole entire thing out just to separate the two and do the clutch. And I'm not pumped about it, but it's got to happen. So if you guys remember, last season my clutch started to slip at higher horsepower, and since I'm gripping the car up, I'm gonna actually finally use all those horse puppies I got, and so we kind of need to fix that. And more importantly, I was having some major engagement issues where I just couldn't get the thing in gear for shit. And I'm very confident my clutch started to separate. It's just very common with these things. So usually I don't mind engine pulls. This one's a lot. I feel like I need to prove that this thing still runs before I take it apart. Now it sat for like 5 months, and then I started it literally for the first time last week. It's got some old ethanol in it, so it's not the happiest, but it still runs great. There, that's the angle. This is ridiculous. Why is it so low? What?
Come on, give it a rip. Let's hear that thing.
No, it's cold.
Yeah, rip it to the sky.
It's cold.
Alright, what's that?
Well, I'm definitely not happy about this, but let's get to work. So this has to be the worst, single-handed worst part about pulling an engine. It's coolant. Not bad. Wow, that's pretty watered down.
Nah, that thing's pink.
Dude, pretty clean for an iron block engine, right?
Yeah, that's not rust, you see, that's Volkswagen coolant.
I'm like really upset that I have to do this. Just one, it's a lot of work. But like, I feel like it deserves the attention, because we put this car together and all I did was beat the shit out of it and change the oil all season. Didn't even wash it. So this is a long time ago, so a lot of you guys are probably new. This is a completely stock 1J, like long block wise. Like we never cracked it open. I did valve cover gaskets and a rear main seal.
And an oil pan gasket, that's it.
That's it. And then we slapped a GTX 3071 on it. Put 30 pounds of boost through it, made 600 horsepower, and the clutch failed. So that was cool.
Not gonna do that again.
Not gonna do it again, but 500 horsepower would be pretty dope. And I think it can handle it, no problem.
Yeah. The clutch really didn't start slipping until after 27 pounds, so.
Oh, there we go.
And if you guys are wondering why Jimmy's not doing this on the lift, it's because that car only has 3 strut towers.
It'll move soon. It just...
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. See, I'm used to it. You know, I'm used to it.
Oh, look at that. Came out like butter.
Oof. Oof, there's still so much coolant in here, I can feel it. I'm so happy with this setup, dude. I'm not changing anything, so I'm just trying to, like...
Leave as much together as you can.
So I don't have to make more work for myself in the future. So I'm gonna pull this thing out, give the bay a washing it deserves, because this bay is actually beautiful. Like, look at this thing. This thing's like fully bay shaped, which is so stupid for a drift car, but it's so cool. I'll just keep unplugging things.
camera, dude.
What are you doing, Tucker?
What are you doing, dude? Come on.
Tucker might have ruined that whole clip or made the whole clip. You guys let us know.
There you go. All right, so if I did this correctly, it's ready to come out. Kind of. Everything in the engine bay is disconnected. I try to leave as much stuff hooked up as possible, just so when we go to put it back in, it just makes our life so much easier. And hopefully we don't yank any of it, taking it out. So now, gotta drain the trans fluid, because if you don't, it'll just piss out the rear main, like it always does, because I always forget. And I'll disconnect the trans, hook it all up, and then I have to pull it out by myself. I'm here alone. No one's around. And a straight 6 with a CD09 transmission behind it is like the biggest drivetrain ever. So this will be entertaining. First, no metal shavings in the trans, which is amazing. I'm used to SRs where there's always quite a few chunks in there, so that's good news. Now it is time to yank this drivetrain out by myself. When we put it in, I remember it was very difficult and it took like 6 of us. So, how bad could this go? Nah, I got this. You guys are about to see how massive this drivetrain is. And hopefully I don't ruin my car. We're good. It survived. Oh yes, that was not easy. Look how massive this thing is. Like that's a straight 6, right? Huge engine, transmission just as big. They're great transmissions, but man, are these huge. Okay, I'm so happy I didn't scratch this. All right, so just like that, I have another useless shell. Look at these things are twins. I literally have 2 600 horsepower setups right here, just sitting on the ground. Maybe we should, not so much work, whatever. So, man, I'm more excited to clean this engine. This engine bay is gorgeous. Like, this thing was freshly repainted last season. It's just filthy. Everything's nice and new and pretty. I can't wait to shine this thing back up. It's covered in dirt, but I'm dreading it. But I feel like tonight I would do us an injustice if I didn't pull the trans off. Let's pull the trans off because I know we're all dying to know if it was the clutch or not. I mean, at least I am. So my fingers are crossed tight that the clutch is damaged because then it would just confirm my suspicious about the whole having difficulties going in and out of gear. So fingers crossed. What do we got? All right, let's take this thing off. So I forgot to click record, so that's pretty cool. Flywheel looks great. There really isn't any signs of immense wear on the flywheel. Pressure plate, 2. Pressure plate's pretty clean. It's not amazing, but it's not bad at all. And then the clutch. This thing, I was hoping to see some loose rivets or see one of these springs actually come loose or the plate actually separates, because it happens all the time. I mean, this is a really abused item, especially in drifting. So actually, this thing is mint, but I'm gonna replace the clutch anyways. I want a new one just because I wanna run more power and not have any issues of slipping, and then put some good trans fluid in it and cross our fingers. I mean, that's really all we can do, so. Whatever. All right, so it's kind of a little sad to see my car like this, all torn apart. Literally now the engine is out of it. It was running 3 hours ago, but whatever. This is good, it's exciting. So my goal is to just make this car perform like last season, where I literally don't have to do anything besides change oil. I mean, that's always the goal, right? Keep it simple, keep it reliable, get plenty of seat time. So we'll just do a quick light refresh, clean it up, do like the valve car gasket and all the light stuff, wash the bay, throw it back in there, and cross our fingers that we never have to touch it again, because that's always the goal. So, but I'm really excited we pulled this out today. It just felt like something that was hanging over my head for a long time. So, but as soon as the clutch comes in, we'll throw it right back on, throw it in the car, we'll be good to go. So with that, I think we're gonna end it, but stay tuned, because this week we got a lot of stuff coming in for the Masanda, finally. I actually got this intercooler mounted up. You like my little bracket? Yeah, it's a nice piece. So, turbo's coming in, wheels are coming in. The thing should roll for the first time this week on 240SX suspension, which is like crazy to think about. And then of course the E36 is getting painted at the end of the week. So it's gonna be good. Very excited. So, but with that, we're gonna end it. So you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.